So hello guys, in this video I am going to show you that how can you dual boot Kali Linux operating system with Windows 10 very easily on your computer, and it's super easy. So you need to watch the video completely. Afterwards only you will be able to know the full process. And basically in this video I am going to use Kali Linux 2020.2, the latest version. And if you have any older version ISO file and you do not want to download the latest one, so you can use that also. And in this video I am going to tell you the steps which I am going to tell you. The steps are same as well as in your ISO file also which you are going to use, and the steps are very easy. A little bit of changes there that you would be able to handle. It's very easy. You did not need to have any good knowledge for installing it, and it's very easy. Just some of the things are changed. Nothing more knowledge is required to install the older one ISO and the newer one ISO. So basically if you have any older one you can install it easily. So hello guys, my name is Aditya. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. So guys, before starting the video I would like to tell you that all the files and the links that I'm going to use this video are listed in the description. So from there easily you can download it. And for example ISO file of the Kali Linux 2020.2 is also listed there. So when you will click there you will be redirected to the Kali Linux website. So from there easily you can go and download it. And basically the latest version which is 2020.2, the size of that is 3.6 GB. So it's a higher size, so you can download it using torrent. It's very easier to download. You can divide it into parts and download easily. Things you need is that you need to download the ISO, any ISO file of Kali Linux which you want to install in your computer. You need to dual boot. So basically the second thing you need is that a 4 GB pen drive, and it's necessary 4 GB minimum size. 4 GB pen drive you need. Maximum size how much you are having you can use, but it should be higher than the capacity of the pen drive should be higher than 4 GB. And then you need to download a file which is Win32 disk imager. So when you will download this will help you to mount Kali Linux into your pen drive, the ISO file of Kali Linux into your pen drive easily. So first of all let's see how you can install Windows disk imager easily. First of all you need to just double tap on the Win32 disk imager. So when you will double tap you will be able to see a installation wizard. So you need to just accept all the agreements, all the things that it's going to ask you. After that you need to select the location where you want to save it easily, and then you need to just tap on install. So when you will tap on install it, after that it will ask you some of the information, and you need to just fill up all that, and then you need to click on finish. So let's see how you can mount ISO file of Kali Linux into your pen drive easily. So first of all you need to insert your pen drive on your computer or laptop whichever you are using, and then you need to open Win32 disk imager. So when you will open it you need to select the ISO file by clicking on that file icon. You will be able to see on the screen. So when you will do that you will be able to see that you need to select the ISO file location, and then file manager will be open. You need to select over there. So when you will select that you need to just select the drive letter of your pen drive. It will be G or E, something like that. You will be able to see it on your this PC section. So you need to just go there and you need to check your drive letter and you need to select that one only. And after this you need to just click on write, means WRIT, this one. You need to just click on that and you will be able to see that a mounting process will start easily. And when it will mount the ISO file in your pen drive, it will take around 5 minutes for mounting it. So you need to wait till that. After that Kali Linux ISO file will start loading on your pen drive, and then it will take some time, and after that it will easily mount the file, and now your pen drive is ready for booting your machine. And one more thing I would like to tell you that you need to just turn off your antivirus, because there are some of the files that it's harmful, so your computer will automatically delete all that files. So you need to just turn off the antivirus, then only you will be able to install it completely. After this you need to just create a partition. For this you need to right click on this PC. You need to open file manager, and on the left side you will be able to see so many folders, and then you need to click on this PC one, and then you need to right click over there, and then you will be able to see that there would be an option of manage. So you need to click on that, and after that there would be a pop-up opening which will be a big pop-up. So you need to just over there you need to click on disk management. So when you will click on disk management you will be able to see all the partitions that have been created on your pen drive, all the drives that have been attached to your computer, and all the hard drives also that have been attached to your computer. Now you need to just create a partition on your hard disk, main one hard disk. So you need to just click on any of the big size of partition, and then you need to right click and then just click on shrink. So when you will click on shrink, you will be able to see that it will ask you for the volume or amount, how much you want to create the partition. So I will recommend you that you need to just create 25 GB, because if you are a beginner, you need to just select 25 GB, because 25 GB is must for all the beginner users. And yeah, one more thing, that if you are a beginner, you need to just take all the backups of your data, because your one mistake will delete all your files. That's why you need to just backup all of your data, and after that you need to do some settings in BIOS, means BIOS setup. So for that you need to just turn off your computer. When you will turn your computer off, you need to just connect your pen drive first of all, and then you need to just press the key through which you will be able to go into your BIOS setting. So you can search on Google if you don't know your BIOS setup key. So when you will do that, you will be able to see that you are now in BIOS mode, and then you need to just click on secure boot option. So when you will click over there, it's in I think so it will be in system config, then boot, and then secure boot. So like that it would be, but you will be able to see on the screen all the steps that I am following. So you need to just click on your device, and then you need to disable the secure boot, because the Kali Linux files can affect your computer. That's why computer will automatically delete it, and then you need to just restart your PC. And after then, when you've done this all setting, you will be able to restart your PC easily by just clicking on the apply button and then click on exit. So your computer will be automatically switched off, and then you need to just press on the power button, and then you need to restart your PC. And when you are restarting your PC, make sure that your pen drive is inserted, and then you need to press the boot key of your device. Basically we need to go in boot menu, that's why you press the boot key of your device. For example, in my computer it supported F12. So if you don't know of your computer, you can search on Google, and then you will be able to know it. And then you need to just tap on your boot button, and then you will be able to go in the boot menu. After that, there you will be able to see that there will be 2-3 options. Means first will be of Windows Boot Manager, and the second one or the third one will be your pen drive. And if there is only one drive, so you will be able to see Windows Boot Manager, and after that your pen drive. So you need to just select that one, and then you need to hit enter. So when you will hit enter, here the main process starts, which is your Kali Linux installation wizard will be opened. And if you haven't installed all the components properly, then you will not be able to do the process properly. So that's why I am telling you again and again to watch the video completely, and don't forget to download the ISO file properly, because if you are not going to download it properly, there will be some critical errors which will be done, and then you will not be able to install Kali Linux. The process of install will get failed. After this, you need to just select the graphical install. So when you will select the graphical install, the booting process over there, and then you will be able to see that you need to select a language. I am selecting here English. Then you need to select your location here India, and then you need to select your keyboard configuration. So when you will select your keyboard configuration, which will be American English. Now when you will select all this, it will detect your hardware, and it will load the external components, and it will take some of the time, means not that much, 10 seconds, 20 seconds, and then it will detect your network hardware. For example, you are using Ethernet or you are using Wi-Fi, so it will detect that. So as you can see, it is detecting all the hardwares, and then you need to select your one which you are using. Here I am selecting wireless Ethernet 802.11. So just click on continue, and here you need to select your Wi-Fi. If you don't have, you can skip this process also. So I'm just clicking here my mobile hotspot, and then you need to select the security. It is open or WP or WPA to PSK. So I'm selecting second one, and then here you need to enter the password of that Wi-Fi. So here I am simply entering the password. Now it will attempt to exchange key with the access point, means it will attempt to connect. So if it get connect, so it will show you here, you can see connection succeed, and then it will configure the network. So here you can see it is configuring the network, and this can take some of the time. Now you need to select your host name. I will not do anything. If you don't have any host name, the blank, you need to leave it blank, and then you need to click on continue. So guys, now here you need to select the domain name, so you can enter anything here. For example, I am putting here channel name, and then you need to just continue, and here you need to, after when you will continue, you need to enter your username. After that you need to select a password, and if you are selecting here password, you need to just select your password and then you need to verify it after rewriting it. Basically you need to remember this password and you write it somewhere, because when you will turn on your Kali Linux it will ask you for the same passwords. That's why you need to just remember this password, or you need to write it somewhere. That's why I'm telling you. Now it will detect your hard disk and then it will ask for the disk partition. You need to just click on manual. And after that, when you have clicked on manual, you need to select the partition that you have made in the previous steps to installing Kali Linux. We have made some partitions in previous, so you need to select that one. You need to select finish partition and write changes to the disk. So this will write all the changes that you have made on this all steps to your disk, and it will doesn't affect any of your Windows files, so you can easily trust these steps. Now it will ask you for the confirmation, so you need to just click on confirm and then you need to just select yes. So when you will select yes, it will automatically create the partition and it can take some time, so you need to wait till it creates all the partition and all the changes that it's need to make. You need to wait till that. Now it will start installing Kali Linux, and the main file which is it will start installing, and then you need to just Kali Linux will be installed on your hard drive, and it can take some time, about 15 to 20 minutes it can take according to your disk speed, or you are using HDD or SSD, it depends upon that. So it will take some time, 15 to 20 minutes, and then it will get installed. So guys, as you can see here, it's asking me for HTTP proxy information. So if you don't have, you can leave it blank. I'm just leaving it blank by just clicking on continue, and it is now configuring apt here, you can see. And after this it will retrieve some file, so that process can take 40 to 50 minutes, and then it will start installing GRUB bootloader, which will help you to dual boot your computer with your Windows 10 operating system. Now at the last it will finish all the installation, and then you need to just select continue, and then your system will get restart, and then you are done with everything. Now you did not need to do anything, and now you can remove your pen drive from your computer, and now all the files have been copied on your device, and then you can reboot your computer. So when you will reboot your computer, there will be a menu coming. Always when you are going to reboot your computer, there will be a menu coming of Kali Linux, and then there will be two options that you want to install. Means, do you want to boot Windows 10 or do you want to boot Kali Linux? So at which time you want to use which of the system, you can select that one, and you can easily boot and use them without any type of error or lag on your computer, and it would be very much easier and good for you. And this was all the procedure that I told you in the video, and using this all procedure you can easily install or dual boot your system with Kali Linux, and it is very easy to boot, and all the types of ISO files that you are having will be working on this step. So you need to just follow my steps, and whichever ISO file you are going to use will be working with all these steps. So guys, I hope you like the video, and if yes, you can subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. What it will do is that it will notify you about all the videos that I will upload on my channel, and easily you will be notified. And after this you can like this video, and thank you for watching this video, and I hope it helped you. So stay tuned to our channel, watch some more previous videos on this channel. So thank you for watching. Till then, take care and goodbye.